Hello and welcome to my video where I'm going to show you how to create 3D cords on the front of your knitting. You can make these cords as short or as long as you like, and you can use them for all kinds of things. For instance, you can tie them together as bows on the front of your knitting, you can use them as legs or tentacles in knitted animals, or you can use them to make an all-over texture on something like a cushion. I'm going to be making an all-over texture today, but you don't have to do this. You can add cords absolutely anywhere on your knitting completely randomly. In order to knit my specific pattern, you'll need to begin by casting on a multiple of 4 stitches plus 5. I cast on 21. If you want to follow along with this pattern, you'll find it in the description box below. I'm going to begin by showing you how to make a 3-stitch cord. First, you need to knit a stitch, but don't slip the stitch off the left-hand needle. Instead, take the left-hand needle into the stitch you've just made on the right-hand needle, knit twice, and transfer it back to the left-hand needle, like so. And then you repeat this twice more. So knit a stitch but don't slip it off the needle. Then use your left-hand needle to go into the stitch on the right-hand needle, knit twice, and transfer it back to the left-hand needle. And once more, so knit one, but don't slip it off, and then slip it knitwise back to the left-hand needle. And then you need to bind off these 3 new stitches. So knit 2 regular stitches, and then bind off 1. By taking the second stitch over the stitch above on the right hand needle and dropping it off the needle. Then knit 1 and bind off, knit 1 and bind off. And that's it, you've now made a 3-stitch cord. As I said, you can make these cords as many stitches long as you wish. And now I'll show you that again. So knit 1, but leave it on the left-hand needle. Then use your left-hand needle to transfer it from the right-hand needle to the left-hand needle in a knitwise orientation, like so. Then repeat this twice more. So knit 1, and then slip it back, knit 1 and slip it back. And then we need to bind off these 3 new stitches. So knit 2, then bind off 1 stitch by taking the second stitch over the first and dropping it off the needle. Knit 1, bind off 1, knit 1, and bind off 1. And that's another 3-stitch cord completed. And now I'm going to show you how to make a 6-stitch cord instead. It's exactly the same technique, it's just 6 stitches rather than 3. So knit a stitch but don't slip it off the needle. Then transfer it back knitwise. Knit 1 but don't slip it off the needle. Then transfer it back knitwise. You need to do this 6 times in total. You then need to bind off these 6 new stitches. So knit 2, and bind off 1. Then repeat knit 1 and bind off 1 5 times. So knit 1 and bind off. Knit 1 and bind off. Knit 1, bind off. Knit 1, bind off. Knit 1 and bind off. And that's it, you've now made a 6-stitch cord. You can use this same technique with as many stitches as you wish. Just remember that however many stitches you knit, you then need to bind off that same number of stitches. So if you knit 7, you need to bind off 7. If you knit 4, you need to bind off 4. And that's it, that's how you knit 3D cords. I really hope you found this useful, and thank you very much for watching.